In this video, we'll walk you through how to safely inspect and replace hook-style forks on a lift truck. These steps are key to ensuring safe operations and staying OSHA compliant. Let's get started. Fork inspection. This is a crucial step in identifying wear or damage before it becomes a safety hazard. This process includes 7 key checks. Step 1. Inspect for surface cracks. Start by examining the forks for any surface cracks. Pay close attention to the heel and fork tips. These are high stress and wear areas. Excessive wear in the heel could also be indicative of the need to adjust the lift chains. If you see any visible cracks in these areas, the fork must be removed from service immediately. Step 2. Check blade and shank for straightness. Evaluate whether the fork is straight. Be sure to inspect both the blade and the shank separately. Use a straight edge to check for any deviation. The maximum allowable deviation is calculated by multiplying the blade length by 0.005. For example, a 42-inch fork can have up to 0.21 inches of deviation. Step 3. Check tip alignment. To check fork tip alignment, place a straight edge across both tips and measure the distance from each tip to the straight edge. If the difference exceeds 3% of the blade length, remove the forks from service. For example, 3% of a 42-inch blade is 1.26 inches. Step 4. Check the fork angle using the cascade caliper. Now, let's verify the fork angle. Open the cascade caliper to about 90 degrees. Place it against the inside angle of the fork, ensuring all of the points are in contact. Then remove the caliper and observe. If the angle is less than 87 degrees or more than 93 degrees, the fork must be removed from service. Also, look for signs of deformation or stress. Mark any questionable forks for further review. Step 5. Check hook or fork retention for wear. Now examine the hooks that secure the forks to the carriage. Use the appropriate cascade hook gauge for your forklifts class. If the hook lip touches the back of the caliper, that indicates excessive wear. The fork should be removed. While you're at it, verify that all retention devices like locks or latches are intact and working properly. Step 6. Measure blade wear using the cascade caliper. First, set your caliper to the original thickness of the shank near the heel. Then, place the caliper over the worn part of the blade. If the caliper's inside teeth make contact with the blade, the fork has less than 10% wear and may stay in service. If it passes freely over the blade, there's more than 10% wear. Remove it. Step 7. Verify fork identification markings. Ensure size and manufacturing date markings are both present and readable. If they're missing or faded beyond recognition, the fork must be removed. These markings are usually on the side or heel. Here's a quick trick. Take a picture of the markings and zoom in on your phone to see them more clearly. Once your inspection is complete and you've identified any forks that need replacement, it's time to move on to the next important step, removing and installing forks. There are slight differences in the replacement methods for shop and field environments. We'll start by covering how to replace forks in the field, particularly for smaller fork blades. Step 1. Ensure fork compatibility. First and foremost, make sure the new forks are the correct size, including length, thickness, width, taper, capacity, and class for your forklift. Always consult the operator's manual if you're unsure. Step 2. Parking the forklift safely. Position the forklift on a flat, stable surface. Lower the forks to at least about waist height. Turn off the engine and engage the parking brake. Step 3. Remove the old forks. Before starting, take a moment to visually inspect the forks once more for any issues. Identify the fork's locking mechanism. This could be a latch, pin, or similar component. Disengage the lock to free the fork. Slide the fork toward the open end of the carriage bar. Gently lift the fork just enough to clear the notch, then slide it outward until it's free, making sure it's still supported by the forklift. Repeat the same process for the second fork. Once both forks are detached, gently lower them onto a pallet or other stable surface to prevent damage or injury. Step 4. Install the new forks. Drive forward slowly and align the top hook with the carriage's top rail and the notched area on the lower carriage rail. Slide the fork into place on each side, making sure it lines up with the locking mechanism. Secure the fork by reinserting the pin or engaging the latch, then repeat the process with the second fork. Step 5. Perform final safety checks. With both forks in place, double-check for alignment and secure locking. Perform a small lift test with a light load to confirm everything's working correctly. Ensure that any fork extensions used also fit properly. Remember, according to OSHA standards, the maximum fork extension length cannot exceed 1.5 times the original fork length. If the fork length is 42 inches, a 63-inch maximum overall fork extension length can be used. Before we continue, it's time for a quick pop quiz. What is the maximum allowable blade wear on a forklift fork before it must be removed from service? Feel free to pause the video and think about it. The answer is 10%. Even that small amount of wear can significantly reduce lifting capacity and compromise safety. Now let's get back to the video. The shop tool can be used to safely remove and install heavier forks. Step 1. Insert forks into the shop tool. After confirming forklift compatibility, use the assisting forklift to carefully slide its forks into the designated pockets of the shop tool. Ensure the shop tool is level and that the forks are fully inserted and properly seated. Step 2. Secure the shop tool to the carriage. Park the forklift and engage the parking brake. Wrap the shop tool's chain around the forklift carriage and hook it to the first strand of metal. This stabilizes the tool and prevents movement during installation. Step 3. Remove the existing forks. Disengage the locking pins or latches holding the current forks in place. Use the shop tool and forklift to carefully slide both forks off the carriage at the same time. Step 4. Install the replacement forks. With the shop tool secured, use the forklift to lift and align both replacement forks. Slide them onto the carriage simultaneously, ensuring proper alignment with the locking mechanisms. Step 5. Lock the forks into place. Once both forks are fully seated, reinsert the locking pins or engage the latches to secure them. With both forks securely locked in place, your installation is complete. Remember, regular inspection and timely replacement of lift truck forks are essential to maintaining safe and efficient operations. Always ensure the lift truck's data plate reflects the correct fork length, including any fork extensions in use. By following these steps, whether in the field or using the shop tool, you help keep your equipment in top condition and your team safe.